What up, what up, what up, everybody? We are back again with another Stone DM. That's me. Oh, man. We are getting to the video much later than I had anticipated, but the day is taking quite a while, and we are on the struggle bus. I tell you what. But we did get to play some fantastic session of D&D last night, and there is plenty of more fun to talk about. I can't imagine this video is going to be very long because of the whole struggle bus situation today, but we're definitely going to drop in and have ourselves a nice little chat. Yesterday, I get excited about most sessions, every session. D&D Day is a big thing for me. I really like it. Again, stepping away from wrestling and all that stuff, this is my big creative outlet. So, I really enjoy it, look forward to it. But yesterday, I was really nervous and really excited and ready to get some of the world lore out there. So we had a session where we did a little private conversation with another one of the players to talk about his potential place in the world and how he could potentially affect it. Which also allowed me to describe how the world has come to life, and some of the things that has transpired to allow even the existence of people. So we had a nice big lore dump, and then some things went crazy. Every once in a while, things can get a little chaotic. I left in an item that no one else at the table has ever even heard of. It is an item that I found kind of just looking through one day, and it's called the Bag of Devouring. I did not use it to its full potential, if you will. The bag itself is quite dangerous. So I did not allow the players to die because of this, even though they very well could have. I don't think it would have been fair for me as a DM to just throw in a random silly item that I wanted to see, take place, and then, potentially kill off characters with an item that, has never existed, no one knows exists, and has never even, been heard of, especially at our table. But I just wanted to throw it out there and kind of just see what would happen with it. And what happened with it was our people got sucked into it. And they did not make the save to get out, and another person tried to help them, and they also got sucked into it because it's a percentile chance. And I was never going to have them, because then it also says if you start your turn in the Bag of Devouring, that was devouring. If you start your bag in the Bag of Devouring, if you start your turn in the Bag of Devouring, it kills you. Bloop, instant death. So I just had someone destroy the bag while they, after they got sucked in. And then our world, I haven't devised any sort of astral planes or shadow planes or the Feywilds or anywhere except for the material plane. So it says when the bag's destroyed, you get sent to any random location in the astral plane. So since we only have the one continent of the land, I had them roll a dice, and that's where they went. Um, in the material plane. So they get sucked into the bag, poof, poof. Wizard destroys bag, blue, poof. They are in an entirely new location, completely away from the. And I designed the world to be dangerous and hard to travel and just immediate fear and just entertainment, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I'm really happy that I did incorporate it. Uh, and the possibilities that it allowed really added to the game. It's gonna be a little bit challenging going forward because they reached a location that I was technically never even really gonna develop because I didn't really have like a reason to. Most of my storyline things never came here. Most of the character stuff would not push us in the direction of finding this place. So that's interesting. However, luckily enough, the location that they went to was together, and it was not terribly far from the group. After some time and a little bit of figuring out, they realized that their people weren't, dead. They were just gone, and then they were able to figure out where they were because they were with a wizard who has, scrying and the sending spell. So they were able to locate them and, get it handled quite easily, except, aside from having to travel and be at this completely random place and with these new people and away from anything that they were trying to do, even though they have accomplished the mission. So they're not looking, well, they haven't accomplished the mission because they had, set out to find a thing to bring back, the McGovern or whatever it's called, to find that, to bring back to a thing, to utilize the thing. But they're in an entirely new location, finding entirely new storylines and story paths, and it's super fun. I'm super excited to see where it goes. We are trying to figure out what we're going to do with the whole Christmas thing, because we play on the day that Christmas falls on, apparently. So let's get to the stone part. Cleanse the room. Cleanse the room. Cleanse the room. You know what I mean? But, and then I dropped a lot of lore. I put a lot of pressure on one of the players' shoulders right before I almost killed him with a random object. But again, I wasn't going to let him die. As superhuman and stuff like that as I feel the 5e players are, I have come to realize that there are some ways that they are very vulnerable, especially with like a lot of world things. And this bag itself, the bag of devouring, it's it's quite deadly in itself. But again, I don't think it's fair to the players to just put them in a situation that they've never even come across or anything like that. And as much as I do feel like they need to be vulnerable and we do need to have the moments of, law, that looked like an offsides, loss and other things, I think it needs to be somewhat fair. And I think that we need to be able to experience some of these things without the dire consequences on occasion, which is why instead of having them die, I knew that I was going to have to, destroy this. And I didn't know that I was going to do the whole poof them there because I had forgot about that. So when I read they go anywhere in the astral plane, it was like, oh shit. well, we can just do this, you know. So I had the world map out there, and I just had them roll the dice on it, which I thought was very interesting. Um, and then I got really lucky with where they ended up as far as it being close together, because I'm not entirely sure what would happen if they were separated for a long time and had to try and traverse the world, alone. Because my whole thing is I've made the world so dangerous that, you know, without a group is deadly. So if they were, separated alone, what are the things, are they going to be able to stealth well enough to get away from these things? Are they going to be able to hide and run long enough to get somewhere safe? Are they going to, are they just going to die? Are they going to have an interest of even getting back to the group? Are they going to run and be off on their own? Like, is this their chance to finally get away? Like, I don't, well, what does their character want to do? And what kind of character are they playing? And how are they going to play it? It's all so very interesting. So having the calamity of such a random blue, blue, blue really allows them to figure out the things that they want to, accomplish. And the things that they want to work forward for, or, do together. So I think that was very unexpected. I think it was very vital to our group. And I think that is going to maybe add some of the shift change that I'm not sure that we need, but maybe it's some that we could benefit from. Because we are technically at the home of the Dragonborn. And Charlie, our Dragonborn monk, has never been here. That he can remember, at the least. So, what are we going to do with that? How is that going to affect him? What are the people looking for? What kinds of things are going to find them? And, where do they go from here? They still have the one thing that they know they need to do, but that's all the way across the country. So when they get there, do they come, back to here, go back to that? Do they head off on the other mission that is closing in on them? This is why I'm glad that I haven't railroaded them specifically. I mean, I have, pushed them in directions. I have given them missions that lead them into specific places. But I like the randomness of the world. I like the randomness of, what's going to happen. So I didn't want to force any type of, you have to be in this line doing these things gameplay. So the poofing, again, I think is going to be really beneficial, and I think it's really going to open up the world. And then where they are now, to get to where they have to go, they could choose to go an entirely different direction, because they're kind of like right in the middle. Going one way or the other is not going to be any faster, technically. Depending on what they come across, what they find. But also, do they want to not stick to the road? Do they want to hit the wilds and try and, get through there a little quicker, but, more dangerously? Oh, man, the possibilities are endless at this point, so that's a lot of fun. And then I need to figure out, what they got going on, how many days they've been gone, and what is occurring at the place that they do need to get back to. Because, like I've told them, those things haven't stopped. So that world is still existing. And they were threatened with consequences. So how dire is that situation going to come across for them too? Um, but I'm just really excited to see some new places, some new mindsets, and a little bit more randomness, I suppose. Maybe I'd throw in another couple things that like um, get the party to think a little bit differently and stuff like that. Right now, they do have a lot. One character has been faced with a lot of things, and he has yet to be able to talk to the group. So it depends on what he tells them, if he's going to tell them anything, if they even ever get a chance to talk. They have regrouped. Kind of hilariously. It's the super fun group, All Bear Crew, right here. Check them out on YouTube, you know. We play just about every Wednesday. I think we're going to try and do maybe a Christmas one shot or, you know, just some other type of thing for like the holidays. But we will see. With where we left off, we could even just do this because I think, you know, most people are probably busy for Christmas. So, damn, it is super rainy over there for that football game. That is so cool. Um, but having the extra time to design a little bit of stuff and have a little bit of time to work with the new place that they're at that I never imagined them going is going to be a lot of fun. But the random popping up in the new town really tested my ability to world create on the fly. and create character and life. And I'm overall happy with how I pulled the town together. I do need to build it up and most importantly remember the things that I used. Luckily, with the recordings, I get to go back and double check everything and, you know, really use some of the characters' words and actions to my advantage. But, oh yeah. So yeah, I was overall happy with my ability to pull all those things together in the moment. It's not something that I think I should, you know, look forward to doing. I should obviously utilize my world building and stuff like that ahead of time. And I should definitely plan out more of these places that maybe I don't expect to go. That way I do have more of a general idea of, you know, what kind of place that's going to be, what kind of characters are going to live there. Maybe not even like exactly what's going to be there, but just the different. Because I don't want all the people to be the same, but also I don't want every person in every city to be the same person either. So that's stuff I get to work on. That's stuff that I get to learn, and just really look forward to doing, seeing, and playing in this game, because we still haven't done so many things. I mean, we've been playing for 2 years now, but that's not very long, especially when there's so many different things and aspects, and even different game types and different classes and different play styles, and it's just all so much fun. Uh, but I look forward to dropping in with a little bit more. I hope you guys drop in, ask me some questions. Let's talk some other random D&D stuff. We don't just have to, I don't have to just sit here and reminisce or like go over some things, or you don't even just talk about that. Like we can talk about just overall D&D stuff. Um, but other than that, puff puff, pass it on, y'all, and don't forget to smile.